Welcome from all of us at He is Risen Ministries. Your support by subscribing and giving a thumbs up helps us keep creating videos that inspire and equip those seeking a deeper walk with the Lord. I'm really glad you're here today. Whether you're brand new to faith, just curious, or honestly still unsure what you believe, you are welcome here. No pressure, no pretending, just an honest conversation. Let's talk about one big question. Why Christianity? Out of all the beliefs, philosophies, and religions in the world, what actually makes Christianity different? Think about how Gen Z shops online. You don't just buy something because an ad says it's good. You check reviews. You look for receipts. You want to know if it actually works in real life. Faith deserves that same honesty. Christianity doesn't begin with a vague idea, a self-help principle, or a set of rules. It begins with a claim, a bold one, a risky one, that God stepped into human history, that He lived among us, that He died publicly, and that He rose again. Here's something most people don't realize. The Bible is not one book written by one person in one place. It is a collection of writings from about 40 different authors. These writers lived across roughly 1,500 years, different cultures, different languages, different life situations, kings, shepherds, fishermen, poets, doctors, former skeptics, even enemies of the message. And yet across all of that time and diversity, there is one consistent storyline. Humanity is broken. We can't fix ourselves, and God promises a Redeemer, not an idea, not a system, a person. From the earliest writings to the final ones, the message keeps pointing forward. Someone is coming, someone sent by God, someone who will rescue, restore, and reconcile. That kind of consistency over 15 centuries is not normal. It's not how random human ideas usually work. Think of it like this. Imagine 40 content creators, different countries, different generations, different platforms, no group chat, no shared Google Doc, and yet they all upload content pointing to the same storyline, same message, same ending. That doesn't happen accidentally. Christianity claims that this promised Redeemer is Jesus. And here's where things get really different. Every major religion has a founder or central teacher. They all lived, they all taught, they all died, and they are still dead. Their followers might say their teachings live on. Their influence continues. Their ideas inspire people, but their leaders remain in the grave. Christianity makes a completely different claim. It says Jesus didn't just teach truth, He claimed to be the truth. He didn't just talk about life after death. He said He is the life, and then He predicted His own death and resurrection ahead of time. And then it happened. Jesus was publicly executed, not in secret, not in myth, not once upon a time, in real history, under a Roman governor, by a method designed to maximize pain and public shame. And 3 days later, the tomb was empty. Christianity does not ask you to believe this because it feels comforting. It invites you to examine witnesses. There were women who went to the tomb expecting a body and found it empty. There were disciples who were hiding in fear who later claimed they saw Him alive. There were groups of people who claimed to have seen Him at the same time. Not visions, not dreams, conversations, meals, physical presence. And here's an important question. What do people do when they lie? They usually protect themselves. They back down when pressure comes. They change the story to survive. But many of the eyewitnesses to the risen Jesus were brutally killed, not for stealing something, not for political power, but for refusing to say they made it up. People will die for what they believe is true, but people don't usually die for what they know is a lie. Then there's Paul, a man who actively hunted Christians. He didn't like Jesus, didn't follow Him, didn't benefit from the movement until he encountered the risen Christ. That encounter flipped his entire life upside down, from persecutor to follower, from power to persecution, from comfort to suffering. And then there's James, Jesus' own brother. Think about that for a moment. What would it take for you to worship your sibling as Lord? James didn't believe during Jesus' life, but after seeing the risen Christ, James became a leader in the early church and eventually died for that belief. Christianity stands or falls on one event, the resurrection. If Jesus did not rise, Christianity collapses. The early followers admitted that openly. But if he did rise, then everything changes. This isn't just theology, it's history intersecting with meaning. Acts chapter 17 verses 30 and 31 says that God overlooked times of ignorance, but now calls everyone everywhere to repent, because he has fixed a day on which he will judge the world in righteousness by a man he has appointed, and he has given assurance of this to all by raising him from the dead. That verse doesn't say consider this idea. It says God gave proof, public proof, historical proof. Here's where this hits closer to home. Gen Z lives in a world flooded with information but starving for meaning. You can scroll endlessly, watch everything, learn anything, and still feel empty. Christianity doesn't say try harder. It says you are already loved. It doesn't say fix yourself and come back. It says come as you are. Every other system eventually turns inward. Do more, be better, achieve enlightenment, earn approval. Christianity turns outward. God moved toward us. It's not advice, it's news. Think about how you react to news. You don't practice news. You respond to it. Christianity says something happened, and because it happened, you are invited to respond. That response isn't about pretending you're perfect. It's about honesty, about trust, about turning from self-sufficiency to relationship. Following Jesus doesn't remove pain. It doesn't guarantee an easy life, but it does give purpose to suffering and hope beyond it. And here's the part that makes Christianity deeply personal. Jesus isn't presented as a dead teacher whose words we analyze from a distance. He is presented as alive, present, active, aware. Christianity claims that Jesus knows you, not the filtered version, not the highlight reel, the real you, your doubts, your questions, your mess. And instead of canceling you, he invites you. That's different. You don't earn your way into this family. You're adopted into it. And maybe right now you're thinking, I don't know if I believe all of this yet. That's okay. Faith often begins with curiosity, with questions, with a willingness to look honestly. Christianity welcomes investigation. It always has. It doesn't fear questions. It invites them. If Jesus truly rose from the dead, then he is who he claimed to be. And if he is who he claimed to be, then your life has meaning beyond performance, beyond comparison, beyond approval. You were made on purpose, loved on purpose, invited on purpose. So here's the challenge. Don't dismiss Christianity because of bad experiences with people who misrepresented it. Look at Jesus himself. Read the accounts. Consider the witnesses. Ask the hard questions. Because if he is alive, then he is still speaking, still calling, still offering forgiveness, purpose, and hope. And that invitation is open to you right now. Got a question you'd like us to explore in a future video? Drop it in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. For now, rest in the knowledge that the one who loved you first has already prepared a place for you in his eternal family. And may his voice ring clearly and powerfully this very day.